I assume that you didn't realize just how terrible your marriage was until it was over. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, this is your assumptions about me video. I've been seeing this circulate online and I thought that I would go ahead and film it for today's sit down video. I've asked on 2 separate occasions over on Instagram for your assumptions. I'm going to go through the good ones, or the most asked ones, or most assumed ones, I guess, because there were quite a lot. I am in my PJs, so sorry, not sorry. The first one is, I assume that you were popular in school. I'm just gonna go ahead and say no, I wasn't popular in school at all. I went to multiple different schools growing up and I wasn't popular at any of them. The popular like groups or like cliques in my school, I just wasn't interested in being around those types of people. So no, I wasn't popular at school. Someone else said that I assume when you married your ex you thought you would be together forever. That is also not a true assumption. There's a whole backstory on that relationship, but I didn't really feel like that I was going to be with my ex forever. That is a whole story of how that relationship panned out leading up to the marriage, and I haven't spoken about it on my channel before. But long story short, no, I didn't really think that we would be together forever. You're always so calm. I feel like that's like the opposite of the truth. Since requesting that you guys put in these like assumptions about me questions, I have been super open about my anxieties. I have pretty bad anxiety, especially when it comes to like being out in public with Talia. So I'm just gonna say no, I'm not calm all the time. I assume you really struggled the first year alone with Talia but tried to pretend it was all okay. I did really struggle the first year alone with Talia. For those of you who don't follow my channel, I did the first 14 months of Talia's life by myself. My ex-husband got deployed for the first so long. Different story, but he wasn't there for the first 14 months. And I did do it by myself. I did struggle and I didn't feel like I tried to pretend to hide it at all. If you watch my videos, you actually see how much I struggled in each one of those videos. I don't mask anything. I'm super open about how I feel about literally everything. So no, I didn't try and hide that I was really struggling during that year, but I did struggle. You are very anxious and overanalyze everything. That's the first accurate one. I do overanalyze everything and it drives me insane and gives me anxiety. I'm just a ball of fun. I'm super open and down to earth. I think I've been pretty upfront with the fact that I am an open book with everything in my life, not just with YouTube, not just with you guys, but with everyone and everything in my life. I'm an open book. I don't hide things. That's what you see is what you get. So I guess you could say I'm open, yes. You do not enjoy being single. That is not accurate at all. I love not the freedom, but that sounds bad. I love the fact that you don't have to worry about anything else or anyone else when you're single. Up until meeting Luke, being single was like my dream. And then I met Luke and everything's changed. Luke has just changed everything for me. I do enjoy being single, but it is nothing. Being single is nothing compared to how amazing my relationship is. So I guess you could say yes, I really do enjoy being single, but I much prefer being in this healthy, happy relationship with this amazing person. I assume you've always wanted a big family. Look, I didn't even know if I wanted kids until we started trying for Talia. I didn't know if I wanted kids at all growing up. Like, I didn't like kids growing up. So no, that's not a true assumption. You are quite tall. It's funny that you say this because in my like Tinder profile, that's one of the first things that Luke said to me was, oh wow, you look quite tall. But I am not. I just look tall because I'm quite like slender. I am 165 centimeters tall. I don't even know how many feet that is, but I'll put it on the screen somewhere. I'm 165 centimeters exactly tall. I assume that you were miserable when you first started making bump dates for baby number 1. Yes, that is very true. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it came across on camera, but looking back at my old videos, especially my bump dates, I look like I could just burst into tears at any time. I'm super awkward in front of the camera too, so they're not great videos, but yeah, I was not in a great place in my life during that pregnancy, so I was pretty miserable. I assume that you like to avoid confrontation at all costs, you're very hard on yourself and you don't give credit where due. I don't feel like I avoid confrontation at all costs. I mean, I probably should. That's something that, you know, people should do. But I am more than okay to stand up for myself if something is said against me. So in that respect, I don't really avoid confrontation when it comes to that. If I feel like I've been hard done by or someone has done something wrong by me, I don't have a problem speaking up and telling them how I feel, because like I said before, I'm super open with my feelings and just everything in my life. So I feel like that would conflict with that personality trait that I have. I am very hard on myself. That is something that I have always struggled with. I'm always hard on myself. I'm never good enough. Like, I always just pick on the things that I can't get right, or I don't know. I'm just, yeah, I am very hard on myself, and I don't give credit where due. I don't know about that one. Probably not. I don't know. When it comes to myself, I definitely don't. I don't know. I feel like Luke definitely gives me the credit that I feel like I need. He's very supportive and makes me feel good enough in every aspect of my life. So that has definitely improved everything, like my feelings and stuff about myself. I assume that you would be able to nail handstands and cartwheels. At this point in my life, 20 weeks pregnant, probably not. But when I'm not pregnant, yeah, again. You hold on to grudges and you find it hard to forgive. I hadn't actually thought about this one until I read it on like the questions in Instagram, but that is completely accurate. Like, I do, whether I mean to or not, I do hold grudges and I do find it really hard to forgive. I'm one of those people that if you like screw me over, it's really hard to get my trust back. That's such a bad quality to have, but I can't help it. That's just how I am. I assume that if you bumped into a subscriber in real life, you would have a chat and a coffee or 3. Yeah, I feel like I would have a chat. I feel like I've never really been, I've been approached by one subscriber, that's a lie. I've been approached by one at Eat Street. It kind of took me off guard because I wasn't expecting it. I was still quite a small channel back then. And I didn't chat a whole lot because I was just like, it's the first time it had happened to me and I was shocked and confused. But yeah, if you ever see me out in public, come up and say hi, because I always wonder whether there's people that recognize me from my videos and don't say hello, because I was such a small channel back then and someone recognized me. So now that I'm a little bit bigger, I'm still not big, but I'm a little bit bigger than I was back then, I wonder. So yeah, I would totally have a coffee and a chat with you guys if you want to come up and say hi. But beware, I am extremely socially awkward. I assume that you're not interested in building a career. That is such a good assumption. As I said, growing up, I never wanted kids, so building a career was pretty much what I was focused on. Even though I was only a flight attendant, I was still trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. And now that I'm a stay-at-home mum, and it looks like I'm going to be a stay-at-home mum for at least another couple of years, it actually makes me sad that I can't build a career, or I don't have the freedom to build a career, because you can't be a flight attendant when you have a family. I feel like they just don't mix. It does happen and people do make it work, but for me personally, I don't think it's a possibility. So that whole career that I've done for 6 years of my life, that chapter is closed. I'm not doing that anymore. But I would love to move forward with something that I'm passionate about. And I don't think I've even spoken about this on my channel, but I have always been really interested in midwifery and fertility and things like that. I'd love to either be a fertility specialist, which would take way too long to study, or a midwife. I would love to be a midwife, but my concern is that I'm not great with needles. I don't like needles, especially looking at them, so I don't know if that would even be an option for me. But if I was going to build a career, which I would love to do, I don't want to be a stay-at-home mum my whole life. I feel like you lose your identity a lot when you have kids, and you lose kind of direction. You're just in limbo when, especially as the stay-at-home parent, you're just in limbo when you have kids because your career is completely put on hold. I've always worked since the day I was able to, so I feel a little bit lost, and I would love to build a career in a direction that I want to go, if that makes sense. I don't even know if that makes sense. I love being a stay-at-home mum, don't get me wrong. Like, I am so thankful and grateful that I get to stay home and raise Talia and raise this baby. I'm really thankful, and I know a whole lot of people don't get to do that, and I love being there to watch her grow up. So don't feel like I'm complaining. I know it kind of sounds like I am, but I'm not. I'm just saying, you lose your direction and you lose your career. Everything's put on hold when you're the stay-at-home parent. and eventually I'd like to get a little bit of self-identity back and not just be a stay-at-home mum. Eventually I do want to go back to work. That was a really long answer to no, that is not a correct assumption. You're a good liar and the baby is a boy and you're just hiding it. I am a terrible liar. I can't even exaggerate that enough. I'm so bad. I can't. Literally my eye twitches if I even think about lying. It stresses me out. I'm such a, like I said before, I'm an open, honest person, and it does bite me in the butt sometimes because I don't lie, even in situations where I probably should, you know, tell a white lie or something to protect someone's feelings. I'm just not good at lying and I don't like doing it. So if you ask me a question and the answer needs to be a lie, I'll just change the subject. And also no, this baby is not a boy. It's definitely a girl. We saw her bits in the 20-week scan. You are planning on kidnapping me soon. And yeah, I just ordered the chloroform. Watch out, watch your back, girl. I assume that you hoped the gender of your baby was a boy. I feel like I was really open with that. I did hope that this baby was a boy. I was open with the fact that I wanted a boy. And I was also open with the fact that I did have gender disappointment when I found out that she was a girl. But I'm also taking you along the journey. Go watch my videos. I've progressed to the fact that I am super excited to be a mum of girls, like 2 little girls. Obviously I have Jet and Lily as well, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm so glad that Jet's a boy and we aren't gonna have a million girls. I am just so happy that Talia is going to grow up with a little sister really close to her age, because I wanted that for myself growing up, so now I can live vicariously through Talia. And the last one is, I assume that you didn't realize just how terrible your marriage was until it was over. That's a hard one because I knew my marriage was terrible. I was well aware that my marriage was terrible. Just a whole other story, and it's not just my story to tell, so it's hard to sit down and talk about it because there's always 2 sides to every story. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't know the other side of the story because there was no communication involved in that marriage. So I feel like it wouldn't be fair to sit down and just tell my side without knowing the other side or even having any idea what happened. I literally don't know. Like, my marriage was terrible. I did know that it was terrible. The thing with that is I was still a little bit hesitant to leave my marriage because we had a baby, and you know, you want to make it work, you want to make your family be together, but it just wasn't worth it for my mental health and his as well. Like, neither of us got along, neither of us were happy. It wasn't just a one-sided thing, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, I can't even speak for, I don't know because I don't know both sides of the story, but from my side of the story, I wasn't happy. I knew it wasn't a great relationship. I knew it wasn't a good marriage. I didn't think it would last forever. I was just trying my best to keep my family together and get through the hard times, and it didn't work. And I know this sounds really bad, but I'm glad that it didn't, because now I have Luke, and I couldn't imagine spending the rest of my life with anyone other than Luke. I'm really sorry that you've been seeing my beautiful PJs the entire video. I tried a little bit up here and then I'm in my PJs without a bra. That's the last one. That's the last assumption about me that there is to mention. Thank you so much for those who sent in the assumptions. I really appreciate it, and they're really interesting to hear your guys' assumptions about me. I was expecting some more harsh ones, to be honest with you, but I'm happy with the ones I got. Don't forget to subscribe below if you want to follow our journey. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!